Hey everybody, what's up? Today's January 11th, and for Year of the Batman today, we're doing The Penguin Goes Straight, and spoiler alert, not yet, he ain't. This is a really fun episode. Honestly, might be my favorite one so far, well, the two episodes. So, it goes to a show like Penguin exiting a theater, and I just kind of wonder, like, what is the sentencing for criminals? Because they say he got off like he did his term to time, but like in a previous episode, it was something like really crazy, like jaywalking is like 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. So I don't know what in the world the crime punishment for anything is, but it's very lax. So Penguin's out, he's leaving, I guess a play, and then the robber shows up, and the Penguin he like stops him from stealing like this one woman's like jewel, and she becomes smitten with him because obviously he saved her and whatnot. So the police commissioner gets a call about that, and he's just like, "What? No, 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 no. The Penguin he didn't do anything. This is definitely a hoax." Which he's right, but like he has no way of knowing that. He's like, "All right, this is too fishy. I'm gonna call Batman." So they call Batman, and Batman's like, "All right, this is there's no way he's straight." So him and Robin, they go to uh, see the chief and the commissioner like always, and then they're like, "Oh, what's he up to now?" And they're like, "Oh, well, he's at like the Gotham Millionaires Club." And I was like, "Oh, that's where he's gonna strike next." So they go to the Millionaires Club, and two more robbers show up, and they're like wrestling with this one billionaire or millionaire or whatever. And then the Joker saves him via uh, like he's in a sauna, and he like evaporates all the vapors with dry ice. So Joker saves that guy, and Batman and Robin are like, "Hey, we're gonna get you. We know you're not straight." And Penguin's like, "Hey, that's not nice. I'm one of you. I'm one of the boys. I'm just a cute little guy." And they're like, "All right, well, we're on to you." So then he's starting to date the one girl he rescued before now. Uh, like I said, she's very smitten with him, and she calls him Pengy and whatnot. Like, kudos for her for not like caring about looks, because his nose is distracting. I mean, it's literally just like a point. Like I don't know. Kudos to her for not being shallow. Um, so they're Batman and Robin are like, okay, this has got to be some kind of trick. He's probably like gonna like steal her jewel himself, because why would he be hanging out with her? So they set up this one thing where they want to get a picture of the jewels, and they're like, well, she's gonna recognize Batman and Robin. Why don't we send Alfred? Which it's like, why not Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson? Like, why is Alfred on the front lines again? So they send Alfred, and Alfred he quickly takes a picture of the jewels, and he was supposed to plant a bug on the Penguin, but once again, Penguin has like an anti-bug alarm thing, which that's the second time in a row that's happened. Like he comes prepared. I will say Penguin does, and I really like this scene because Alfred gets caught, and it's the Penguin, so pretty formidable guy, and he I can't remember what exactly he says, but something about pulling the rug from underneath him, and he literally like pulls a rug underneath Penguin and like bolts out the door. I'm like, damn, Alfred, good for you. You won up the freaking Penguin. Um, so he gets back to the Batcave, and he's like, "I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't plant the bug." And they're like, "Oh, it's fine. You got the picture of the jewels. That's what we needed." So they make this fake jewel set because they want to replace it with the real one, because they think that's what the Penguin's after. So they break into her house, and Penguin and his goons are like, "Hey, hey, what you doing? Get out of here! Get out of here!" And so they have a fight, and Batman and Robin they escape, and the Penguin he tells the papers and the cops like, "Hey, Batman just like illegally broke into this house and tried to like rob him, or to rob this woman." And they're like, "Well, yes, but it's Batman and Robin, so and Penguin's like, no, 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 it's I'm the good guy. They're the naughty boys, and they're like, okay, fine, fuck, we'll put him. If we see him, we'll arrest him. There, you happy? So Penguin, he has this like party, and he runs out the pier, and Batman and Robin show up, and they get captured via like concrete umbrellas, which I don't know how that didn't kill them, but whatever. Like it falls right on their heads, so who knows? Like bat titanium cows or something. It's whatever. So this was actually probably the most creative. Like right before the episode one ends, like, will Batman and Robin die? Obviously they won't, but he hangs Batman and Robin behind this shooting gallery, and he replaced the like toy guns with real guns, and he had the commissioner and the chief like shoot the bullets to kill Batman and Robin. So that's the end of the first episode, and then the second episode they hit their targets. They obviously don't see Batman and Robin because it's like Batman and Robin wall of like the clowns and the targets and whatnot, and then Chief O'Hara, Penguin, and Commissioner Gordon. So they don't see him, but they fire right through the thing. And the reason they escaped, Batman and Robin did, is because they put their feet right up at the perfect spot, and their feet have bulletproof soles, which is just like, okay, that's a very specific accessory, but it was fun. I did enjoy that, and that was like, in terms of like villains trying to kill Batman and Robin, that was one of the more so creative ways of doing it. So I like that a lot. So Penguin the next day, he's like, "All right, guys, this is actually ridiculous. You are harboring these criminals at this point. All right, we need to get them on the line right now." So Penguin, he takes the bat phone and calls him. He's like, "Hey, guess what? Fuck you. Get over here." And Batman and Robin are like, "Well, dang it, we have literally nothing against him. Like we know it. We know he's a little shit. We're gonna get him, but we can't." So it was kind of funny. They say they're gonna go to Penguin's. He had like a business, like a crime fighting business, solely to troll Batman, I think. Um, so they go to that business, and Batman says, "Oh, Penguin, you've unraveled some kind of monster inside both me and Robin," and they fight him and his thugs, and they try to run away from the cops, and the cops shoot him down, and you think they're dead. Obviously, oh, they're not dead, duh, because beforehand he calls the commissioner. He's like, "Hey, I need you to do a very specific set of instructions," and the commissioner, he he replaced like all the cops' guns in his department or whatever with like fake rounds, so or blanks. So obviously, when they got shot, they didn't die. So Penguin thinks Batman and Robin are dead, and he goes about his merry little way. And he actually proposes to the one girl that um, he's like with. So she says yes, and at the wedding, he sets off a bomb to make like the pipes burst, and it starts raining all over. And he's like, "Oh no, no, this is terrible, but it's okay. I've got umbrellas for all the guests and whatnot." And keep in mind, this lady is loaded. Like, she's of high, high society. So on the gift table, there's like all these priceless gifts and money and all this like super duper expensive stuff. So as it's like uh, coming down like the pipes, and where there's water everywhere, he gives all the guests umbrellas, and obviously they're all trick umbrellas because when they open them, like confetti and all this go off, and during the chaos, the booth that all the presents disappear behind the wall, and Penguin's like, "Oh, don't worry, my dear. I'll get these guys or die trying," which is a really good alibi because if he disappears with all the gifts, they're like, "Oh, I guess he died trying." So I gotta hand Penguin that one. Like, that's a honestly a pretty good plan. He was playing the long game and had an alibi to end it with. So just kudos to him. Um, Also, during the chase with Batman and Robin when they were getting chased by the cops, Penguin just was like, "Hey, let's steal the Batmobile. Let's make it like the Birdmobile." So they put all the gifts onto the Batmobile, and they escape. And Batman and Robin track them because obviously it's the Batmobile. They can track the Batmobile, and they ride like the Bite Cycle to get them, which I really love how they did the Bat Cycle just like the Batmobile. It has its like own unique style, and it just looks super cool. But yeah, so they use the Bat Cycle to like eject the thugs from the Batmobile, and they kind of screw with Penguin a little bit. Like they make the doors open and close, and they kind of like take control of it and drive him around. It's really funny, and so they drive him back to where the thugs were dropped off, and the Batman and Robin beat them all, and on the way back, he straps all three of them to the roof or to the hood of the car. I'm like, that's a bit much, don't you think, Batman? But it's pretty funny. So, um, the lady, she still is like, hey, I'm willing to give Penguin the benefit of the doubt. I think a nice home would do him some good, and she like confesses to like marrying him still, and the Penguin's like, you mean me being a caged bird in a domesticated life? Take me to prison. I don't want that. Which I thought that was a hilarious way to end the episode. He would rather be in jail than to be married. But yeah, overall, a fantastic two-part episode. That's honestly probably my favorite one yet. It's so good. I don't think it is like a perfect 7 out of 7, but I don't know. It is close. It is close. But I probably would rank it a 6 out of 7. But it is very good. Highly recommend that episode. But yeah, that's it. Bye.